So, hello and welcome back to another Sunday update slash walk slash garden tour. I This is a everything video, so yeah, figure I'd do the update bit first and then show you a little bit of my day where I managed to I wasn't lost. I just misplaced myself. And then after the bit that I filmed, I misplaced myself a little bit more. It was kind of funny. I went out for a walk, and lately I've been going out and I will just pick a road and walk down it until I hit around 10,000 steps, and then it's, kind of time to just retrace my steps and head home if I don't know exactly where I am. Well, that's what I was doing, and I actually turned on the video because I found this road and I was following it, and I came to it. I don't know if you've seen them in like pictures and stuff, but it was like a tunnel of trees. And I wasn't exactly sure where I was, but while I was filming, I could hear a car behind me. So when they came by, I just asked because they slowed down and waved and whatever. And I was like, where am I? And so they told me how to get back to a road that I knew. So I was like, all right, well, I am right at the 10,000 step mark. So I'm just going to follow their directions and, just get home that way, which should be perfect. Well, I don't know if I misheard their directions or if I think I misheard their directions. I don't think they were trying to give me wrong directions. I think I just didn't comprehend exactly what they said. And so I was walking along and I'm like, I should have reached a main road by now. I swear I should have. So then I remembered my phone, which, obviously I remember it kind of because I always have it on me because it's my pedometer app as well, because my Fitbit has died on me. But I pulled it out, and I have to bless Google for having Google Maps that are still working in offline mode, because pretty much there's no cell reception pretty much anywhere around me. Every once in a while when I'm out in the woods, I will get just a random ping where my phone actually connects to a tower who knows where. But Google Maps actually does work in offline mode. I mean, it doesn't give you directions, but you can at least pull up a map. So I was able to plot my course home, and it was, I think by the time I got home, it was around 8 miles. So it was a pretty good walk. And then I managed to mangle my poor gums this week, and it made me very sad because I had cheese and crackers, which were delicious but painful. But I was so proud of myself. I'm like, look at me, I'm having cheese and crackers. This is painfully delicious. And then the next day I had slow cooked a brisket, and my gums were still reeling from the cheese and crackers that I probably shouldn't have eaten. And trying to chew the brisket was torture. It was kind of like trying to chew broken glass. So after probably less than a quarter of a cup of shredded beef, I was like, I'm done. I'm just gonna eat the potatoes. So then yesterday I left my bottoms out, just to kind of let my poor mouth have a break, and I have gone back to potatoes and soup. Well, and soft foods. Today, when I got home from my walk, I had breakfast for dinner, and it was pretty good. I had pancakes and eggs, and I did chew one piece of bacon, so, I had pancakes, eggs, and bacon, and it was pretty good. I've been having a lot of fun doing the really long walks. I do feel bad because I have not been doing any of my Sims 4 build videos, and I haven't really been doing my World of Warcraft videos, but that's because I've been doing World of Pristine Craft and just being outside. Our summers are not super long. Like our non-cold and snow season is fairly short, and I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can, especially since I had to take a couple weeks off to maybe not be out in the middle of the woods as much with my sore face. That's probably just an excuse, but yeah. But anyway, so that's what I have been doing this week. I also did get on video the baby geese who are so big now. Oh my gosh. But they still peep. It's so cute. It's like you are in appearance a full-grown goose and you are making baby goose noises, and the dichotomy of that just amuses me to no end. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put in my walk footage and my garden tour footage and my gooses footage, and yeah, we'll reconvene after all that, and I hope you enjoy. I feel like I say this a lot, but I have absolutely no idea where I am. But wow, is it pretty. It's like a tunnel of trees, and I feel like I'm on, I mean, it's someplace because I'm seeing driveways, but not really sure where. I mean, somebody at least has a camp back that way, so maybe I'm near one of the local lakes. I just kind of, at this point, have gotten to where I head out in a general direction, and I walk until I hit about 10,000 steps, and then I try to figure out where I'm at. And if I can't really figure out where I'm at and the easiest way to get home, I just backtrack, which has been working out pretty well so far. And I've gotten to see some interesting places that I don't think I've ever been to, which is kind of cool. But I feel like there's something in that tree that's trying to get away from me. I could hear something moving. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm somewhere. Couldn't exactly tell you where, though. Which is kind of just how I like it. You know, it's funny. I think a lot about how many more things I could see if I was more into just driving the back roads. But I'm too cheap for that, and I feel like you never know them if you do it that way. I mean, you see stuff, and you do find new places, but you have to pay money for gas, you might bottom out your car. Where's the fun in that? Whereas if you walk it, you might not get as far, but you know every place that you've been. Yeah, I feel like this has got to be one of the local lakes, because now I'm seeing more houses. And there's a bunch of different lakes around here. Also, I hear a car, so I will talk to you more later. Huzzah and good news! I now know where I am. That's exciting. I actually have walked over to, I guess the next major settlement of lakes, which is an area I have never walked to before. So that's exciting. I also, while I was walking, saw quite literally the prettiest deer I've ever seen. And I did try and pull out my camera, and it was funny because she was just standing there for the longest time, And then the minute I pulled out my camera, she was like, nope, I'm out. But she was, once I saw her full on, she was just a regular, chestnut color. But the first few times I saw her, I swear to you, I thought that she was just blood red. She was beautiful. Also, thanks to the very kind people who I asked where on earth I was, I now know an easier way to get home without backtracking. So yay for kind people. Anyway. Ow. Mosquito off. Look at that. It's eating my arm. Bad mosquito. But yeah, this has been a fun adventure. I think when I get home, I am going to make a giant Brinner, which is just breakfast for dinner because I am still being easy on my gums. So I'm thinking maybe eggs and pancakes. I definitely feel like I've earned the pancakes, because before I started filming, when I checked my phone, I was just shy of 10,000 steps, which is cool, because by the time I get home, I should be near 20K, and that's kind of been, 20K has not been my goal, but I have kind of been, at least this week, trying to up my step count. And I've gotten to close to 15 to 20,000 a day all this week, which isn't too shabby. And I'm not gonna lie, if I can do it outside instead of in my basement, that's even better. Because you can never underestimate the mental health benefits of just getting outside. Nature is wonderful. Anyway, if I remember, I will try and give you guys a garden update and, maybe even a little sit-down segment. But I thought that you would enjoy the tunnel of trees that I walk down as I traverse the world. All right, it is garden tour time, and we are starting with the Brussels sprouts, which, fun fact, I knew nothing about Brussels sprouts, but this right there, can you actually see it? No, you can't. There. At the base of each leaf is where the Brussels sprout forms. So if these have enough time to actually grow, and according to my neighbor who has grown them before, they still do because they can grow well into the frost, I should have Brussels sprouts. I'm excited because I've actually discovered I like them. And then I had a bit of a surprise, a good surprise, in the fact that the deer left my hollyhocks alone this year, and I think these might be the prettiest hollyhocks I've ever seen. They were supposed to be black. I don't think black as a flower exists in nature, but they are a gorgeous burgundy color. And I am happily collecting the seeds as the pods, finish up their thing. So, very happy about the black hollyhocks. Love it. I also have a white hollyhock that, yes, I am collecting the seeds on that also. I don't know what it is. My neighbor a couple doors down has these gorgeous hollyhocks that stand up beautifully. Mine are so floppy, and I don't know why. I'm hoping as the years go on, maybe they'll get a little less floppy. I don't know. And then we move on to the main part of the garden where the tomatoes are actually coming along really good. I have harvested a couple of them and my son has said they were delicious. The cabbages are looking all kinds of cabbagey, and I have harvested, I think, 3 times off of the broccoli. So that is good. The cucumbers have gone crazy to the point where I have just dubbed myself the cucumber fairy because I have way more than I can eat. In fact, as you can see, I've got another one coming up right there, just kind of spilling out everywhere. In retrospect, I might have planted too many cucumber plants. I think I put in like 8. But in my defense, most years I don't get cucumbers. And the jalapenos are jalapenoing. Huzzah! And I've got some green beans over there that are doing pretty good. And to cap it all off, the carrots, I think they're ready to pick. That's like my tomato or my potatoes have all died back, which is usually the sign to go ahead and pick them. Now, everything that I planted in pots has suffered the attentions of squirrels, chipmunks, and blue jays, which is depressing. This is the only moonflower that has really done much of anything. I'm very excited about it, but I've had to rebury it like 3 times. This Brussels sprout I started inside this spring, and that is as big as it got. I started it from seed, and I started it way too late. And yeah, you can see my efforts to keep the digging critters out of my flowers. It's been a fight this year. But yeah, that is the garden. I think it is looking pretty good. I doubt that I actually get moonflowers, which makes me a little bit sad. But next year I'll just know to start them earlier. And the other update is the lilac bush is looking pretty good. I had to, again, keep the digging critters away from it because they kept trying to dig it up, so I surrounded it with chicken wire. I think it'll work. We're going to keep our fingers crossed because I would really love a nice big lilac. So that is the garden. Yay, garden. You guys want to see something trippy? My baby geese are all down here on the dock, and you can't tell that they're babies anymore. 3 families. I think the funniest thing is they still peep a little bit. They don't quite have honking down. It's funny. They're funny. And yes, I do have corn, and that's what they're waiting on. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I had a really good time on my walk. I loved the tunnel of trees, and I'm glad I made it home. Like, I always say, I never get lost. I just misplace myself for a little while. So, as long as you make it home, it's all fine. And, you know, I hope that you enjoyed the garden tour. I hope that you enjoyed the gooses, and I will see you next time.